Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Magaji. I greet you. I greet every one of you, wonderful people. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, Wakego. I greet you. Ismail, I sight you. You're welcome. Emeka OJ, good evening. Joseph, you're welcome. Taiwo, I greet you. Have faith, Chibike, you're welcome. I greet you. Good evening, my people. Alex, you're welcome. Good evening. Solomon the King, good evening. Ezoku, I greet you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Today's sermon, I'm not yet decided. Good evening. So many things going on at the same time, and I was thinking maybe we just go around a little bit. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Maxwell. Long time. You're welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Trusting God. Korede, you're welcome. Long time. How you doing? You're welcome. Good evening, my people. How are you all doing? Good evening, Trusting God. You're welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live broadcast. Today, so many things was going on in Nigeria, also here in Europe, in West Africa. So many things going on. We saw there's a lot of protests going on. The Nigerian Labour Congress have gone on strike, protests, and in Abuja, in Lagos, because of the fuel subsidy. I reckon. I don't know. So I see that going on. I also saw in the southeast some places are locked down, some places are moving, some places people are trying to escape. And then the issue of what is going on in the Niger Republic, they have stopped exporting uranium to France. And France has issued a statement that they will not take it lightly with anybody that goes against their interests. So that their interest is the main issue, because the mineral they need for that electricity that they have permanent in France is coming from Niger. And if Niger is stopping it, wahala today, oh, wahala today. Good evening. Eh? So so many things going on, and I also wanted to talk about a little bit about you, Edochie, and me, Edochie. I don't know which one is more interesting for you guys. Good evening, Jerome. Ada, I cite you. Good evening. So our brother is saying, let's start with the freedom fighter that have their country in Enugu start running to Lagos. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so that one is also there. So, guys, you're welcome to this live broadcast. And once again, as I always tell you, no matter how bad everything is, always temper everything so that you will not be the epicenter of wahala. Because when wahala starts and now you there for center, now you go carry that wahala for your head, bang, 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 like this. So you understand me? Say you dey vex no mean say you go carry everything wey dey inside your living room, smash am, break your television, break your radio. When the vex don come down, you don sha break everything oh. Na you go come know how you wan take do am. You go see money buy again or you no go see money buy again, how you wan do am, all those kind of a thing. So we are been talking about what is going on in the Southeast, mainly because people don't really understand the deep impact of what they are doing, right? And they are telling them that they should spoil it, break it, nothing, that they are coming back to rebuild it. You are coming back to rebuild it. See the world economy, how it is going all over the world. Things are not the same like before. So many things is not going straight. So the guarantee you have today, you don't know whether you have it tomorrow. Today you are working, you have a job. Most people in the Western world is just a stone throw from homelessness. But once you are not able to pay your mortgage, for example, you are not able to pay your rent, no story. If anything happen to your work, things change drastically. So that's why you should manage the one you have, maintain it. Even if you dey shira, you go dey coordinate the shira in a way that you go still get house where you go sleep. So we saw this video. I will show you this video. People are living in Enugu, running to Lagos because of the uncertainty concerning sit at home or no sit at home. Now, who won't buy? When you see military, you see everybody on the road. Shey na you wan go follow dem dey drag the road, you go dey find your head now. So it's very much understandable. So I will show you.
Enugu Agugun. Yeah, sixth bus. Sixth luxurious bus in Enugu Aga Lagos. Sixth one. If you can buy tickets now, you can buy it now. Your turn will be 11. 11th bus. Only in the young. Only in the young. The whole package. If I say I don't sit at home 2 weeks, you better I go to my place where I will stay. Better I travel. It's better I travel. All the packs. See it. Every pack. See it. Occasion. Everywhere is filled up. Everywhere is filled up. Everywhere is filled up. Everywhere is filled up.
So this video is just showing you Enugu people that they are boarding a bus because of the uncertainty surrounding the sit at home. You understand? So people are not sure. And people don't want to come in between military and men's. men's on ground. Who say men's no day? So what if those men's want to come out and conform military? Because I think 2 days ago we saw them, they were on the road, like they said they were looking for military people. So many people are rushing to leave Enugu. And this was happening yesterday night. And the man was like, like at that point, number 6 bus, like all the parks that are loading out of Enugu, there are, so many bus. Like if you want to load, you will be loading like the bus that have not arrived there is already filled up, because they say this one number 6. If you before you get a bus, it's going to be like number 9 for front. You understand? He say why not Benin? He said, why not Benin? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure that Benin people will also receive a number of people, Asaba people, of course, or Asaba people will receive. And of course, we know that they have also entered Asaba. So Asaba police is also having confrontation with them in Asaba, right? So all across the cities that are surrounding Southeast, they are receiving this influx because people are not very sure what is going to happen, how it's going to happen. So better safe than sorry. So people want to stay away. And this is what I'm telling you. The places you are running to, they are also part of that Nigeria. The difficulty you are having in Nigeria, they are also having that difficulty, but they have maintained their own place in spite of their difficulties. This is what I'm trying to tell you people since, this is what I'm trying to tell you people since. Say, everybody, Nigeria give you the room to regale in your ethnicity. No, Nigeria did not make you or force you to go and spoil your place. And if Nigeria on a greater level is not doing well, the good thing you can do for yourself is to do better. And I say this all the time that as individuals, as Ndibo, we do well for ourselves. Individual, we try our best, individual to do everything. But when it comes to collective governance, that what government can provide for the people, that is where we fail. That's where we fail. And the grievance, instead of us to take it to the people who are running our states, who have the resources that has been allocated to our state, our region, somehow they succeeded in misdirecting us and distracting us with things that are far from us, things that we cannot reach, things that are like illusion. And now, at the end of the day, the one we have, the one that we always had, normally Alibo was always there. It was a place you could always run back to. When there's any kitty kitty kata in Nigeria, what do you see people running home? Once everything settled, people start going back where they are coming from again. That has always been the modus operandi. Even though we have always wished that we wish that Alibo will be in a place that we don't really need to live, that we can also stay there and be what we want to be. That is our dream. But be that as it may, as we don't have that, we have always been able to stay in Alibo and go back there, Christmas, go there for celebration. When there's wahala, for example, you run. So now when you have put Alibo in this condition, for example, let's assume there is katakata now. Let's assume that this thing that is going on in Niger Republic filters into Nigeria. That means people from the north will be coming into the south. Where will you now run to? Where will you run to? Where will you run to? You understand? You are now running from Enugu, running to Lagos. And this is just a park that is going to Lagos. I am sure that if you go to the park that are loading to other places, be it Ibadan or be it even Meduguri, you will see it will be filled with people living. Because the uncertainty is so much. And even you open today, you don't open tomorrow, they are taxing you left and right, making life unbearable. You're on the road, you are very unsure. Before evening, you have be running kitty kitty kata to get home. You understand? So, and I said this thing from the beginning. I say you don't open your eye and allow your whole youth and your region to be militarized and turn to exchange of fire. You say no, you desire men no day and men day. So at the end of the day, who is going to bear the brunt? And you see, wahala is everywhere. I told you guys, look at what is happening in Ukraine. Wahala is there. Wahala is there. I understand though people that are angry and they are having all these grievance. Me, I'm not saying that you cannot have an grievance, that you cannot fight, that you cannot quarrel. But what is it exactly you are doing? And somebody is lying to you, koro koro, you don't want to see the lie. You prefer not to see that lie. Is it good? Are you being good to yourself like that? Right? So at the end of the day, there is no way a rebel can be better than constituted authority. Because those rebels, you don't even know who they are. You don't really know their objective. You don't really understand what is going on. You don't even really know who is pushing them. And you will just be at the receiving end for something you don't know. Your livelihood, everything you worked for, the businesses that you built, they will just rubbish it all overnight. Look at what is going on in Ukraine. Many Ukrainians, they have left. And they will, do you think many of them will go back again? They will not go back again. Because even in all these other European countries, they need people. And Ukraine people are already Oyibo people. So what does it mean? They will just integrate them. Before you know it, their next generation, they will become German, they will become Polish, they will become Americans. Oyibo, they need more Oyibo to come and join them because the birth rate is low. Their replacement level is very low. So they are even looking for Oyibo to come. They are looking for Yibo to come. You understand? Like they are looking for new people, but most of the time they are getting people from third world country like we, and they don't want. They are looking for Oyibo. Most of the time they are looking for Oyibo people. Most of the time they want people like them that maybe in another generation they will not know that they are different people, so that they will take up all their spaces. Yeah. Yeah, because Australia is far. Our brother is saying there are a few Ukrainians in Australia. Australia is far. America even went there to carry them. Do you think those people will go back again? They are not going back. Good morning, Olisa. Olisa Mecca. Let me tell you guys, do you think those people are going back? Those things they left, the business, everything, they are not going back. And those parts of Ukraine that Russia have taken into their territory is gone. Oh. Before you know it, maybe Poland will take some other territory. You understand? That's why you have to open your eye very well, sure of what you are doing. Because war is not my mind. When you enter it like that, you don't know the outcome. You don't know how it's going to end. You can never predict it. You cannot. And what is going to come is this is the same thing that is coming down to us now. It's the same thing that is coming down to Nigeria now. This thing that is going on in that Russia and Ukraine. If I tell you that it is that thing that is coming to West Africa, you will not believe it. Because guys, listen, this thing that they used to make nuclear energy, that is electricity that doesn't need petrol. You understand? Don't need natural gas. Is coming from nuclear energy. They are getting that material from Niger, most of it. Yeah. And another place they are also getting it is Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. These places are under Russian control. And they quarrel with Russia. So that supply, that side is threatened. And now, the other source where they can't get will be Ukraine, will be Niger. Niger say they no gree again, that they carry Russian flag up. Are you getting it? So that's this. I'm not calling the name, or you know it. Everybody know the material that I'm talking about. If you put an you you add and they go like that. That is the cocoa. And France say anybody that will temper with their interest, that they will deal ruthlessly with that person. And that interest is what? That nuclear energy. And that nuclear energy, they need that urea that is coming from that Niger Republic, that uranium. That's what they call it. They need it. And now, Niger Republic, where they don't take power, those soldiers, they don't stop the supply to France On top of that, they have raised Russian flag. So it's not even a question of say, is the wahala going to escalate? It is going to, because wetin France wan use do get electricity, no oil from Russia, no cheap oil, no nuclear energy. Where the energy wan come from? Wetin they want to power their country? Wetin they want to power their country? The same thing with Germany. Wetin they want to power their country? All this green energy, all this e dey sweet na, but it is not yielding the way they want, the way it's desirable. And that's why I'm telling you guys, you have to understand the times you are playing with your homeland. On top of all the wahala wey Black people dey go through like this now, you understand? So now that wahala dey go on for there, another wahala wan start for here now. And now Mali and Burkina Faso, they don come outside, they come talk say they no gree. All this neocolonial, all those kind talk wey wey dem dey talk say, yeah, they no gree. Oyibo do this, Oyibo do this, colonial do this, colonial no do that. You understand? So at the end of the day, you set yourself up for nothing, because Russia is not going to save you. Russia is going to use it to possession itself. And nobody will save the Black man. I'm sorry, guys. The Black man will save himself when he's ready, when he stops corruption, when he stops stealing, when he introduce best practices, when he starts putting the right people for the right job, when he employ meritocracy, put people who merit a place and they will run that office creditably. Nobody will save you. Russia will not save you. You can run to Russia as much as you want to. Russia will use you and position itself very well in the new global power struggle. That is all. Oh. Nothing. Nobody will save the Black man, but the Black people don't understand. They are thinking that, oh, it's alliance here, alliance here. No, it's about you. What are you ready to do for yourself? What are you ready to do for yourself? A Black man is always complaining. They make us to hate ourselves. They teach us not to do like this. They did not teach us their religion. They did not write the science in our language. You, what you call life can't do to destroy the one where your forefather live? Do you know? Now where our forefather dey, now we still dey. Now the culture, the practice wey dem live, now we never do our own in our generation. Like me, my generation, we have not invented anything new. The same way where our forefather they do egusi, they grind egusi, they fry garri. Now the same thing they do. We never do our own. Say maybe we enter bush or we discover this thing. Say we can do this thing differently. We never get any other food species. Instead, na food we dey find go Europe, a continent that God bless with land that can reproduce anything. Then they go Russia, go ask for grain. The day when I never see grain, wheat from Russia, na goat shit una dey chop. Na goat, the day wey they never carry rice come, na goat shit African people take survive centuries and centuries and centuries. That's why when you don't arrange yourself, you think you be doing garagara, doing garagara, doing garagara, doing garagara. All this kind of garagara no dey pay. You will just be wasting your time, because you never put the things where you supposed to put in order first before you go dey do garagara. First of all, you need to get food sufficiency. You don't have food. African people are dying of hunger. There's no food. There's no food. They went to Putin to negotiate for grain, wheat. Can you believe that? When I was in my village, we did not know bread was not part of our diet. Bread, now wetin they bring come if people travel, say they buy for road. Bread was not part of our diet. But African leaders are going to Putin to go and look for bread, wheat. Why? And you think Putin will save you? It is about interest. So African man needs to find out, what is my own interest in all of this? What is your interest? Your interest is to go and buy brand new cars from Oyibo country that they produce in Alabeke, with not one Onyoji that is working in that company, that no return will go to your people. You sit down in one high office, you will order 300 car that is not produced in your country, that is not produced in your country, that will add no value to your people. But that money, you go put am for another people hand. You understand? So I just look at, for example, if you look at all these our Igbo people, they will be saying, oh, Jew, they love the Jew, they are the Jew. Why don't you look at what the Jew are doing and copy the Jew? Begging. I don't even know. It's like there's a quarrel going on here. Nobody will help you as a black person. That's what our leader don't know. Eh? Our leader, they don't know. Nobody will help you. Nobody. An average African man just want to steal. Now, the mindset is steal all you can steal. Wherever they are, they will go and steal. Steal, 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 steal. What do you they steal? What do you they steal for? You have been a governor, you have been a minister, you have been a president, you will just be stealing. Why? Like you have lost your mind. Good evening. Because you don't know what is important. You will see other men building countries, consolidating their continents. Every day, African men will come out and they will be complaining and crying and pointing finger. Like there's the video that this general from Niger made. Let me see if I will see that video. I can play some of it back. The military that took power. So this is from Burkina Faso here. So of course he's speaking French, so we don't understand French. So I will rather that we read what he's saying. He's saying we feel like family. Russia is a family for Africa too. We are family because we have the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices for the free world from Nazism during World War II. The African people are our grandfathers. We are forcibly deported to help Europe to get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world. Whether in history books, in documentaries, or films, we tend to dismiss the key role played by Russia and Africa in the fight against Nazism. As far as what concerns Burkina Faso, today for more than 8 years, we have been confronted with the most barbaric, the most violent form of neo-colonialism, of imperialism. Slavery continues to impose itself on us. Our predecessors taught us one thing: the slave who cannot carry out his own revolt doesn't deserve to be pitied. We do not feel sorry for ourselves. We do not ask anyone to feel sorry for us. The people of Burkina Faso have decided to fight. We fight against terrorism in order to relaunch their development. In this struggle, valiant peoples from 20 populations have pledged to take up arms in the face of terror. In this, we affectionately call the VDP of volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists calling these VDPs militias and all kinds of names. Is disappointing because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, they are treated as patriots. But that's not the problem. The problem are African heads of state who contribute nothing to these people who are fighting, but who sing the same song as the imperialists, calling us militias, calling us men who don't respect human rights. Human rights are we talking about? Which human rights are we talking about? We take offense at this. It is shameful. We African heads of state must stop behaving like puppets who dance every time the imperialists pull the string. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced that he would be sending grain. Did you see that? Every time the imperialists pull the plug, he said yesterday Vladimir Putin announced that he would be sending grain to Africa. Last, that's where it's going to. He will send you grain. He will send you wheat so that you will make bread, so that you will eat. So you are still thinking in terms of your bread and butter. Last, that's where all this gara is coming from. You want bread and butter. Did your forefathers eat bread and butter from Russia? That's the question we forget. All this thing is good. Point finger. They did this. The European, they did this. But what have you done for yourself? I know it's Burkina Faso. But Burkina Faso is also one of the countries that have they have a military junta there now, right? Yeah, so that's the same thing. It's the same thing. So they are the ones saying that they are going to stand with Niger. That Nigeria should do anything that they are going to, you understand? They are going to resist. So they are giving, this is a support for Niger Republic, actually. Huh? Good evening. Huh? So you understand? So at the end of all your your lively, the bread you want to eat to survive, Putin has promised you grain. Grain. Can you beat that? Don't we have soil that can grow our own food? That can grow our own corn, yam, cocoyam, cassava? I don't know. When did we start eating grain? When did grain become the main issue for African people? Right? So it's always about something very rudimental. So abacha and banana, you go to say now one thing, you get where the thing they go. But last, he want to give you grain. Then tomorrow, if you not do what you want again, then he not go give you the same grain. Back to square one. You start pointing, crying. He said insecurity plaguing the region came as a result of ISIS in the Middle East. East with ISWAP decided to copy ISIS and Boko Haram. Yeah, you know. So most of this thing, when you are looking at it, you don't really understand where it's coming from. So this guy is blowing hot. So, but once you hear that Putin has promised that he's sending grain to Africa, we are very pleased. We thank him for that. But it's also a message to our African heads of states. Because of the next forum, we cannot come here without ensuring for those who are not familiar with Wahala that our people are self-sufficient in food. If you are self-sufficient in food, why should Putin be sending you food? Like you are self-sufficient in food, but the Putin is promising to send you grain, first of all, and you are very happy, but you are saying that you are food sufficient. How can you be food sufficient when your grain is coming from Russia? Yeah. And that's one of the problems that our people are having in the Southeast, for example. Every day, every day, our people, their heart is beating for wahala, wahala, wahala. But the simple thing, do you have food? You don't have food. You don't have food. So they are rallying around Niger Republic now, you know. And what is going on in Niger Republic? Everybody, I'm trying to tell you that it's nothing to do with African people. It's about French interest. So African people, President Tinubu, you have to understand what is going on so that you can maneuver it properly. Instead of them to ask for technology, they are talking about green. Is it not the person that have the mental rigor to capture technology that we ask for technology? Because our mind is still our bread and butter. That's why, do you see our leader talking beyond bread and butter? It's beyond bread and butter. They can't conceive, because you need to have that mental capacity. Development, civilization is mental, and you have to stay on it rigorously to build a system that work, that everything is connected. You need brain power, brain power. But African people don't honor brain power. It's a waste of time, because they need you to have that blink, blink, blink. So they don't value the people that have the brain power. If you go to Europe, in America, you have those intellectuals, they have their space where they will be putting the system. Everything you see that is working, going in the West, it starts with an idea. They develop the idea. That's why they have think tank, they have all these institutes, and they fund it. They fund it. So we don't understand the power of institutions. Even, for example, the church is an institution. The church is not just about praying and going to heaven. They put that church there because it's a system, that an institution to rely upon. But when we have that church, what do we want to use it to do? Bread and butter, thief, chop, drink juice, shit, you don't finish. Because you have to have that mental capacity to capture that technology. Technology no be by mouth now. It's not by mouth. So that's now where your mind dey, now you go dey. Now there you go dey, bread, bread, bread. No see food chop. You no see food chop. Every day no see food chop. Everything we are doing is about wetin we go eat. You understand? Now where we dey, that's why people dey look us, they pass us, because we never cross that. There are people among us where their mind don't pass that one. But who they deal with on their daily basis, now where they still dey. That's why if you see all these people that are doing all this thing in the Southeast, where is their mind? Bread and butter. They want to steal as much as possible. They don't care that they destroy their posterity. Do you know what it means to destroy your posterity? That your own land that your ancestors left for you in a world like this, with all our exposure, and we have traveled all over the world, and we know we have experienced it, that nowhere like home, that we have the temerity because of bread and butter to go and destroy our own homeland. That's how you know how deep African man is infested in bread and butter ideology, because that is the basic need of human being, and that's where we are still the most basic need. Because if you come for need that people have, it's like a pyramid. At the base is bread and butter, and that's where we are. That's why nobody will take us serious, because we have not crossed that bread and butter. We have not even entered shelter. We have not even entered psychological need. We are still at the basic. Like animal wey dey inside bush, wey dey be say wetin dey run around everywhere for inside bush. Now make e for see chop, make e see another animal chop, make e for see fruit chop. If you know, that is where we are. That's why when they look us, they know they take us serious, because they know say all our own na wetin we want chop. Now we dey think. We never think and pass like that. The church was supposed to look at, when we criticize religion, that's why I tell you guys, leave, don't we not that we shouldn't criticize all the people that use religion against us, but let us even look at the people that brought this religion. What did they do with it? Keep in mind that the religion did not originate from them. They adapted it and used it to build the institution, and those institutions are standing. Those institutions are standing. Go to England, that church is still the institution that is, they use it to build their monarchy around it. Share them believe God like that, but you see, they still carry that institution along. It becomes their heritage. Ordinary institution, we can't build anyone. The only one we can build is the one we can use to oppress and benefit still from another person, still on bread and butter matter. You know, yeah, when the British people brought the church, it was an institution to use it to control. You understand? To So they put that institution there, and they use it to gain access, to use it to put people in charge. People don't even know that when they came, the pastors, the reverend, they were soldiers. They were soldiers, so their duty was to capture the mind, use that institution to put order. But today, everybody will wake up, they say they are pastor. Like, no system. Everybody will say God called them. So the question of who is a real pastor or who is not a real pastor is now a question of gesticulation. You just, like, the whole thing is all over the place. Why? Because we are consumed with bread and butter. I want to steal it today and eat it today and buy it today. Because we are not thinking beyond today. That's how animal wey dey inside bush dey operate. Because every day e go out for hunting, if e catch any animal, oyo is his name, e don chop for that day. Tomorrow e go out again, dey hustle continue, e see another animal, e chop. E enter bush the next day, e see there's fruit, that fruit ripe, e climb am, e pluck am, e chop. Then tomorrow e go front again, maybe e see another fruit, e climb am, e chop. That's all. Maybe if e dey go, maybe people keep something there, e go, food don done, e go collect the food, e go chop. Because na there we dey, we never pass that level. That is why when all these our politicians, they are stealing, they will steal. Go to London, America, they abandon many buildings that they bought. Nobody know who they owe them again. Nobody can maintain the building. Nobody want to take over because of tax. Buildings they abandon. Why? Because they are only thinking of bread and butter, chop, food, grain. That's why you think Russia will be your savior. Russia will be not your savior. The same way America is not our savior. In fact, Chinese will not be our savior. Who will save you is you yourself that will save yourself. Nobody will save you. And you cannot save yourself by destroying yourself first. No, you will build on what you have if you are serious. Exactly. Exactly. All those things started as church institution. Like, even for example, normally, if you look at Jewish people, the religion is like an institution for them. They use that religion to organize themselves, organize their society, organize their system. Most Jewish people, they are not believers, but that is their heritage, and they build their institution, and to the extent that their country is built on the Jewish religion and the Jewish state of Israel. Why? Because they understand the power of institution. But we don't understand the power of institution or building institutions that stand the test of time. Why? Because we are thinking of make I chop my own. What is the need for me now? That is why somebody will open his eye and lie to his own young people, and they will go out there and buy, and he will not feel it. Why? Because he have money to build house and chop and live good life and buy Fendi and all those things. You know? And they cannot think when you are telling them there is no road there. Now they are running, and the thing is just starting. So, like I'm saying, it's still possible to save Alibo. It's still possible. It is still possible, because look at what is going on in Niger now. And ECOWAS have given 7 days. I think I heard that Buhari gave 7 days. Buhari have given them 7 days to reinstate that president. I say, abeg o, President Tinubu, abeg, I take God beg you, President Tinubu, abeg, no put your hand o, abeg. Leave these people, because Nigeria get their own wahala. Abeg, no put your hand o. Me, I dey look and say, wahala dey o, make Nigeria no go carry wahala wey pass us. You understand? So President Tinubu, abeg use your sense o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, kẹ́ lo ọgbọ́n o, na you go use for dem. I take God beg you, use your ọgbọ́n for dem o. No go fall hand o. President Tinubu, abeg o, no go fall hand o, kẹ́ lo ọgbọ́n yín o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, because me as I dey like this, me I no wan hear say dem come launch the France now, they will come from somewhere for Niger, from border there, Zamfara, dey launch. Abeg o, abeg. As e dey like this, e don still reach us. Nigerian people have more military, everything. Niger no reach anything, I know. But Nigeria still get im own problem now. And France problem first no be our problem. Or America interest no fit be our problem. So President Tinubu, abeg o, Memona still help us dey tell am o, make e no put us for trouble o. Ẹlẹ́rùgbẹ́rù o, make e use ọgbọ́n for dem o. If that 7 days reach, abeg make e just take style ex ten d am, or open end indefinite. Abeg. Abeg o, we no need am, because if France get wetin, make dem go find solution for their problem for there, because we know that when wahala dey all this northeast Nigeria, na that side dem dey run dey go, and we know that say all of them go dey run come back to inside northeast Nigeria. But at the end of the day, you know, when we dey abroad, all this way, you know, say everybody wey be like this, now one that eye they say they look us, even though we no understand all those things. But wetin dey there now be say the cocoa of the matter na that nuclear energy wey they get, that compound wey they say they do that nuclear energy, that be the main issue, because e dey very important. And the other sources wey they say they bring am, e dey under Russia control. So now this one no dey under Russia control, but now these people they raise Russia flag, and Russia don already promise and say go give them bread. And you know, say our people, they know they play with bread and butter matter. So now they don't tell them, say they will give them grain. So they say they are working with Russia and all those kind of a thing, you know. Me, I'm not saying that Russia is bad, though. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that last, you as a black person, a black leader, you are the one that will do the best thing you can do for yourself. You are the one that will find out what is your own interest. But if your interest is bread and butter, if your interest is bread and butter, forget it, oh, forget it. If your interest is bread and butter, this one give you bread today. Tomorrow, if you no play along as you want, you go cut off that bread. You no get bread again. You go dey look for who go give you bread again. You go dey look for who go give you bread. As na bread and butter matter be on a problem. Consumption problem. Consume and consume, 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 consume. Consume, consume, consume. You want to consume, you want to consume. Wetin you no know where they produce am. Ordinary food that our forefathers were eating belle full, you no fit provide again. We have universities, so they are doing agricultural science. They are doing crop production in the university. They are teaching. They are doing all this plant breeding, all those things. They cannot modify our plants by themselves the way they used to do it before in the olden days, in grafting, that the thing will be modifying gradually, right? Instead, they are looking for cheap seedling. They are looking for Bill Gates seedling from America. And that seedling be say, if you don't use am one, most of them, you don't finish. Before you go use them again, you go buy that seedling again. In those days when we dey small, when my grandmama go farm, if he cut cassava, those stem, he go keep some. Next year, he go cut those stems, he go shook am for ground. Cassava don't come before. Be that. If we do yam, the small one, we dey keep am as seed yam. Then if we eat yam, if we cut am, we go keep the head. Next year, now we go plant am. But now, For person to plant yam, you have to go and buy seed. For person to buy plant cassava, you have to go and buy cassava stem. They no come get again. That is not development, or that is dependency. You are no longer full sufficient. That is why you suppose, I remember back in the day, there was this institute of International Institute for something agriculture, tropical agriculture in Ibadan. They were doing all these things with plants in that Ibadan Institute, IITA. You understand? So all those places, that's where they will be working on those seedlings, improving the species. All these plants, you can improve it, but you have to study it. You have to take your time. You have to improve it and help it to adapt better. If you need it to produce fatter, richer, you can do it. That's why you have university. Your university is not there just to print certificate. That's why people think our university is just paper, degrees. Paper degree is not supposed to be paper. Degree is also knowledge based, that you are imparting knowledge, teaching people. But today we have all those things. Our agricultural engineers, they cannot produce mechanization that will mechanize all our agricultural production. There is no reason why garri that Nigerian people are eating is the same way they are frying it in a pan. There is no mechanized garri production. It is a shame. There is no mechanized fufu production. It is a shame. There is no mechanized system to do anything that we normally do. You understand? And then you will not be going abroad to go and buy improved species, modified species that you don't know the source. And that's how you are going to be dependent. That's how you are going to be dependent without knowing it. Research institute, yeah. So when you are loving what they call it, Israel and the state of Israel, don't just love them because of because you hear the story that they are special. Anybody will love them. They are also love anybody that calls them. All those things is good. But look at what they are doing. They have revolutionized agriculture. From their own institutions, they are improving their own crops to adapt to that desert region. They have modified their soil, use water, like this is what science means. That is why when you have people, that's when you have brain technology. Like all these Arab people, they have water, only ocean. They don't have water, they have ocean. But what are they doing? They are going into that ocean, take that ocean water, desalinate it, remove the salt in that water and use it. They are not crying and looking for where they will supply water for them. That's the religion did not stop them. The religion did not stop them to desalinate the water, because otherwise they don't have water. Do you know that even the technology, you will use technology to cloud seed, that you will direct the direction of the rain. You cloud seed in a way that if you want rain to fall here today without stopping, you will cloud seed. You will move the cloud, you will seed it so that it will be so heavy here and it has to precipitate, it has to fall down. You understand? Then you can, even in that process, cause drought in another place. All this thing is technology. Do you know the technology the world have? But every day we are thinking about bread and butter. What are we going to eat? It's not our fault, because that's where we are. That's where we are. That's where they train us. So anybody that is thinking beyond bread and butter is like, wait till they worry this one. Wait till this one they talk. Wait till he get. Get iPhone 14. They live for duplex. Which can they ride tear rubber. They live for Lekki or Maitama. That's bread and butter mindset. You understand? So we need to come back. All this, I'm not saying that people should not fight, like all this corruption or military men that are taking over power, and this kind of stance against Westerner, against European. All those things is mere talk. You need to do the work on the ground. Chinese people were also going through the same problem. They went home and do the underground work and lift their people, millions, out of poverty. It's not by mouth. It's not by every corner people are doing fake miracle. Church now turn to business that everybody is claiming miracle every corner, and government is looking. They are defrauding your population every day. You are looking. Okay, look at this incident that happened in a hospital in Lagos. Something is faulty. Go and repair it. You have the money, you will not go and repair it until somebody will quench inside. You understand? So at the end of the day, what are we doing in this life? I remember there was one time, there was a film that came out that day. Mm, it was supposed to signal the end of the world. Is it 2012? 2012. And in that film, it was some kind of reenacting the, Noah, the ark. And so the world was going to end and something, and they have built this ship, and everybody was supposed to enter inside that ship, and then the ship was going to stay afloat this water. I don't know if you guys saw that movie. It was some years ago, in 2012. Thank you. So, and did you notice that there was no Africa in that movie? Did you notice that there was no Africa per se, where they had to dock the ship so that Africans will enter that this thing? I don't know whether many people caught that part. You understand? So I just took it because I saw that video in the keynote that, and I was like, interesting, right? So we just did there, they occupy space, like, you understand? They no send us. So when the time reach, they go evacuate themselves. We no go follow for inside now, Abi, because they no land for Africa. Or I'm just looking at it. So that's how it's gonna be. Now, if we are going to do gara gara, let us start with food sufficiency first. Exactly. That film is 2012. uh, and the the politics that we are playing, we don't have to play this kind of politics. If it is not working for us, we have to determine the politics that will work for us. You know, but the problem we are having is a lot of us think that Oyibo or Chinko or Russian, some people know better. They are good and we are bad. And we can report our badness to them, and they were like our father, they will help us to do everything well. You understand? So we don't understand that it is in our hands. They themselves, now where their pepper rest, they look. They no send you message. So as long as their pepper rest, everything go dey okay. They go dey hail you, they go dey hype you. So if their pepper no rest, wahala go dey, that place no go, you understand, that place no go just dey. So we never still understand that thing, because we go still dey look say na this one good, na that one good. Nobody good. Nobody good, because you are sitting down on something that everybody need. And if they no even come buy that thing, you no get wetin you wan take am do. This uranium wey dey say dey come take am, shebi e dey there since we dey on top. Wetin we take am do? We no kuku know say wetin dey take am dey do. Na dem come dey help us dey. Na where dem find am reach, dem still find am reach. Na where dem find all those things reach, na e still dey. If dem never find am, na dem go still come tell you say dis thing dey here. Because if dem no come first see am, you no first know. Why? Because we never reach that level. We still dey look for wetin we go eat. The soil under it, all those things dey on top. We go plant our yam and our cassava and our millet and our sorghum and our beans. We'll be eating. We don't know. No be who go inside ground go know wetin dey there, who don get the brain to know the technology, to know how to know the recognize the mineral. So na dem dey give am the value sef. Because why? Dem build dis system wey dem need all those things. So if dem no buy am for your hand, wetin you wan take am do? Wetin you go take am do? You get nuclear reactor, you know how to use am? You understand? So at the end of the day, all dis gra you go come out, you come dey talk, everybody know. Is like you know when they say everybody know the name of im papa, but you no dey call am im name, dey call am papa. Dis is how the situation is. Everybody know. You don't need to come and be saying dis na today. It's not something that anybody don't know. Everybody understand the game. Na only black man never understand the game. You never understand the game. They never understand the game. The one they will you have to play your game in a way that you go know wetin be your priority. So right now, we never reach there. We never get politician when e be say im priority na to serve the people. The politician wey we get today, na their pocket dem dey look, their bread and butter na im dem dey cater to. You understand? They never reach that level for their mind. I'm sorry, oh, they never reach that level. That's why you see that senator, they let the poor breathe. Yeah, let the poor breathe. Wetin be that thing? I never even understand that thing. Let the poor breathe. You know, like that. Now, wait, that one can't be prayer, is let the poor breathe. And that one at the top for a whole chamber, big chamber like that, right? So because why? Una never really come to terms with wetin dey at stake. Una never know. You need to start investing, provide services, employ the people to be busy. You need to pay researchers. University, you need to invest in university, pay research. They're supposed to have research institute in every university. You will pay it and fund it. That the problem we have, the solution will be coming from our university, from the solution of the research that they are doing. When they are saying education is the key, it's not by mouth. All this technology is coming from institutions. It's not by mouth. You fund it. You create a hub and say in this region, now this thing. Like here, they say there's something they do, they are doing startup. That startup is you can create app, you can do anything. Government is funding small scale people to start any kind of startup. There is a fund for it. You go and tap into that fund to fund your startup because they don't know the next big thing that is coming. Today, Facebook is here. Facebook was not here 10, 20 years ago, right? So tomorrow you don't know which one is coming. So all this startup, different technology, different, you don't know where it's going, but you have to invest in it. It doesn't come by mouth. You cannot go and invest in your girlfriend, invest in a trip to Dubai, invest in a house that you bought in London, in America, and all of a sudden magic will start happening in your country. It's not going to happen because you are not putting your money where your need is. And that's why, for example, we that we are, for example, Ndi Igbo, and we have gotten so much people that have made big money. We have gotten people who are in government, and we are crying of all the things that Nigerian government is not doing well for us. And we cannot point out the one we are doing for ourselves. Which institutions are we building? How are we running our region beyond that, better than any other part of Nigeria? Or is it the same recklessness, stealing, uncivilized barbarism that is going on, that is also going on? Then what right do we have to be complaining? Exactly. You understand? So at the end of the day, yeah, but Kenya, are they not part of the people that went to look for grain? Who are the state governors that who are those people that went to look for grain? I don't know. Are they not part? And one of the things that President Buhari did for Nigeria that Nigerian people don't even understand is that aspect of food. Like he put so much effort in food that Nigeria will have some food sufficiency. President Buhari really tried. He put his feet down, he closed the borders, he tried, but Nigerian people don't understand. They want to collect seedlings from Bill Gates. That's why they use all these people to clear our middle beds seed yams and all the new seedlings for everything. Go to their farm and burn it down, and then now say they want to bring Bill of Gates to come and give them new seeds. So then you want to spoil generations and centuries of food sufficiency with one kind modify something when e be say every year we go come dey look make until government go pay make e come deliver more, right? Yeah, so at the end of the day, we need to do something for ourselves. We don't have to destroy. We don't have to destroy. Everything we are looking at is how to spoil, 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 spoil. We don't have compassion with for another people again. Now they have destroyed everything they want to go. Let me share this video with you guys. This guy, he this guy, this guy, he went into aeroplane, airpiece. It's a big, looking big and cush and everything. But what is he doing there? He's stealing. He opened a compartment where they put a bag. He removed somebody's bag, collect the money inside, rearrange it. He left his seat. He went to sit at the back. And once the plane landed, he tried to exit as one of the first people before he was caught.
We are strangers. So we are in an office. You're dealing with yourself. Do you understand? If you want, maybe you go to this now. I'm coming. He doesn't even call my
See, different currencies.
Yeah, I've seen one driver's license.
See the guy here.
He has some foreign.
Yes.
Let him count
Let
it
it
now.
count it himself. Please confirm all the cash there.
Big man like this is still embodied in bread and butter to steal from another fellow.
Okay.
Yes, they confirm.
Imagine. And this one, na him go cry plus say Nigeria no good. Nigeria no good. But how is it contributing? Do you know, I even heard that they stole P2B's telephone in the court. Imagine. Thank God he was able to notice it on time, because if he didn't notice it when he was inside there, that's how his phone will go. And maybe may God no let person see, but they will go and leak all his private something on social media, right? They stole his phone right there inside court. But because he looked at it, it was like my phone, and then it couldn't be anybody else other than the people here. You understand? So imagine you went to court with somebody to reclaim mandate and you are still there to steal his phone. To steal his phone. Like if he didn't notice it, let's assume in all those things, then he went out. Maybe when they are inside the car, they are not going. He will not really know exactly where the phone. That's how his phone will go. But he was inside there, then he realized, where's my phone? They were still there. There are few of them there. So it cannot be beyond this place. And that's how that phone came outside by fire, by force. All our focus is food. Man must work. This one, it will open enter aeroplane, go there, steal people things inside aeroplane. That's his day job. Thank you. That's his day job. They will steal. Why? Because their mind is focused on bread and butter consumption. So you buy people, do. You have not done the fundamental. Ordinary road network is a problem in Africa. Why? We have engineers. We have thousands of universities in Nigeria. They have civil engineers. They have architecture. They have all these departments that they are construction and all those things. But yet, we don't have road. We don't have road, motorable road, running. Why? Because we are thinking of our bread. We want to eat it today. We want to eat it today, now. Everything about us is running down. So we need to elevate beyond those things. The military people that are taking over, you cannot blame them, because sometimes the politicians don't give chance. The politicians, they are not doing right. The politicians are not doing right. Like I'm seeing, they said they increase feeding allowance for our military to 1,200 naira from 1,000. Hello, is that a joke? Is that a joke? Right? And then we have senators that are not moving anywhere from inside chamber to inside car. They are giving themselves 70 billion, and then you are giving soldiers that are doing actual work 1,000 naira, 200 naira increase. Is that not an insult? Right? So at the end of the day, we are still embroidered in bread and butter. I'm not seeing any solution. But the only solution I'm thinking is, let's try to maintain some peace, some management of what we have. Let's not allow it to degenerate into war. Imagine there's no war and people don't have food. Imagine there is no war and there's life is so hard, things are not affordable, are not available. You understand? Now imagine that there's war for a people of African descent. There's no war. People are entering high sea, ocean. As a video I saw, two young men. They showed them that they try to they follow the ship. They were standing under the ship until they got to Brazil, when they were saved. 10 days they were there, and there's no war. So imagine when there is war. Yeah, of course. I'm talking about Nigeria. I don't know. I know a German man that he told me that when he went to Dakar, like he was surprised, like that place, it was so beautiful. Like he can't believe in eyes, you understand? And he was looking for a way to kind of start some business there and kind of invest there, because it was so calm. And it's only Nigerian people that are doing this gara gara gara. Their own is too much in Nigeria, honestly, right? But now we complain past, now we cry past. But what are we doing differently? You see, our brother is saying in Japan that the local government have workers that fix and repair damaged road under monthly salary. You see, so that will be their work. They are always there. Anywhere there is anything, we can do that. That's what I'm saying. There is no job because government is not providing service for the people. It's not rendering anything. Government is just there giving salary to themselves. They are not doing work for the people. That's why, if you are rendering service, you put people, this will be their work, and they will be delivering it, and every month everybody collects salary. That's why you have people that somebody will be a worker and they are not paying their salary from January to December. Who does that? you know. Yeah, my people, thank you so much for being a part of this program. I'm glad I was able to talk about this crisis more. Baba Tinubu, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, we dey beg you. No pull hand o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ lo ọgbọ́n fún wọn o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, kẹ́ lo ọgbọ́n fún wọn o, abeg make you use brain for them. Abeg o, make dem no go use your hand and your leg o, go dey waka where nobody send you. Abeg, as Nigeria dey like this, we get our own for body. Abeg o, as we dey talk about this eastern security o, abeg o, we no want make we come hear say launcher France come vex come pass from Cameroon launch something. Abeg o, Baba Tinubu, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, e no concern us o. Na French interest, Nigeria sef get im own interest, abeg make e still put eye for where Nigeria get interest. It's true you are giving them ultimatum, abeg help them ex ten d the ultimatum. In fact, make am indefinite. They say turn am to dialogue, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Baba Tinubu, abeg o, Nigeria, our own wahala dey our head o. Today there was protest, corruption, all those things. The military, they have many fronts that they are facing. Abeg o, no go drag us enter o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. As we dey like this now, they say our population too much. E don dey tey wey dem dey try to enter that side. Abeg make you no give dem chance o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Make you use your brain for them. I know say you get the brain, abeg. Oga of our President Tinubu, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, na my own prayer be that to make for any reason make Nigeria no carry soldier enter that place o, because those people dem don come, na one person dem comot o, na one person dem comot, and that person wey dem comot, e no get as e take dey affect us. Abi, me personally, na so me I dey see am o. That person wey dey comot for power, e no do wetin dem send am make e do na. The people no dey feel am. So dem comot am, na their problem, e no concern us. And the people happy, dem dey run on the street, they are very happy say dem comot am. E no concern us. Say the people wey send dat man make e go sit down there, make e no answer im people, no dey happy. How e take concern us wey be Naija? Abeg o. Nigerian soldiers, Nigeria people underestimate Nigeria and the role Nigeria can play in West Africa. I remember when I was small, I still remember that thing. There was one video clip that time when Liberia was fighting. Was it Liberia? Either Liberia or Sierra Leone, I don't remember. And I remember that wahala don dey go on for many years. They don kpai themselves. The people don tire. E come reach that time. E be like say na, I no know who be president that time o, whether na Abacha or something like that. They come send Nigerian soldier go that side. They come dey show am for NTA that time. Omo, you need to see people were on the street jubilating as dem sight Nigerian army. When Nigeria enter that place like that, na so Nigeria, many Nigerian soldiers kpai for that side o. Many Nigerian soldiers wey go that work, dem no come back. Nigeria go there and fix that place and everything come back to normal. Na be say all those places no get war again. Oyibo no send soldier go there o. Oyibo no send soldier, but dem dey there, dey see all those things happen. Many people kpai until Nigeria rise up like this. Fiam. So that's why me I say, so long as say dem no fight, na one person dey comot. Oga Tinubu, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o. Our President Bola Tinubu, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, no pull hand. Just dey look dem. Kẹ́ lọ gbọ́n fún wọn. All those colonial master wey dem dey find who go dem go use their leg go fight. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kẹ́ lọ gbọ́n fún wọn o. Make you tell dem say na we be brother, we go dey talk am. We be neighbor. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, kẹ́ lọ gbọ́n fún wọn náà ni. That's all my own. Make you use brain for dem. Tell dem say say na slip of tongue. In fact, na slip of tongue. Na so. You tell them 7 days, you tell them say okay, you don ex ten d am. In fact, in short, na open, make we try dey talk, something like that. Yeah, Tinubu is a head of ECOWAS. And so now, as e dey now, there is no fight. They remove only one person. Make tell dem say okay, wetin dey there be say maybe dem give dem 6 months make dem hold election, abi if the people say dem no want dat person, dem no want am now ni. Germany say make dem put dat man back. I no know wetin the man dey do for dem, but e no concern us. But Niger people say dem no want. So as leader of ECOWAS, e go help na tell dem say okay, military people so how una wan do am na okay, I don comot dat 7 days, no be 7 days, okay make we do am like dat. So okay maybe 6 months, make una take am bring another person, make una take am do election, all dat kind thing, abeg. Now you go use your sense for dem now, because as things dey now, wahala no dey. Na only one person dey comot, they are not fighting each other. So if you wan come go carry soldier go dey fight dem now, make dem go put person, wetin dat person dey do for you wey dey comot? Na im be the question. Which one be Nigeria interest there? Nigeria interest is peace, relative peace. Make refugee no from that side dey enter Nigeria, from there wahala don katakata go burst everywhere. So Nigeria role is also to maintain peace, right? Yeah. Yeah, Nigeria fit to cut off electricity. The electricity will affect the elite. Now, how many Niger people first get electricity before? Nigeria can do what he has to do, but may Nigeria no go there, go enter fight, because we no need that. Make it fall. Now, wetin the first dey there they do? Wetin the first the ECOWAS dey there they do since? Abeg. All those things, they try to push your hand. Obama did it now. Obama said he crossed red line. When they cross the red line, Obama no still go. Not today. It don't happen before now. Say because he give them 7 days doesn't mean anything. I beg you, it don't mean anything. He give them 7 days. That 7 days no they finish. Tomorrow no they finish. I beg. Because now life we dey talk so. And our soldiers, we get work for us. Well, me, I don't talk my own sha, because the people when it be say they get interest for there, that they forbid may they come fight for their interest. Because if you know careful, when you they think about they won't give you bread, they won't give you butter, because now be the issue now, because now they will put Nigeria for that pressure. Now they will say they no go support you like this, still the same bread and butter matter. What did they give them now where they no go come give them again? Maybe they no go let them go London, go treat themselves now, right? Maybe they'll come say, okay, instead of me no come go be able to go and treat myself, make I go send soldier as they want. No, they will find something where they will take twist your hand, because you never dey independence. That's why we never did the level where we want to do garaga. The garaga where it's supposed to do, go first build things, put things on ground. You see how China take do, and they just do the things, they do it for ground, they do it for ground, they do it for ground. Small, their power go they gather. Even this Russia where they take they do all this, say before small thing they go just give Russia sanction, they go they suffer the money, their bank go for all those things. But Russia can't go they prepare, come they ready themselves. When this one can't happen, they no come real, they no even fit check and say, this guy is ready for them. Even other money system where they take they hold it, they don't know say the guy don't create his own system. When they commot their own credit card system, now outside Russia, they work, but inside Russia don't get your own internal system where they take they pay within their own system. You don't understand? So they no can't even fit do anything. And their agriculture, they don't boost. And when they say that their food, that they produce the food, everything they go on within Russia, like the system they go. It surprised them now. They never even understand what they happen. Right? On top of it, now when all these other countries come see say, it be like say if you no do what they want now, all this their system where they take they pay money, visa card, all those they'll come out for your hand, say okay, so now so they want to they do, they want come they join the other block. right? So now the Russian money wey dem suppose to fall, e no even fall the way wey dem dey expect am. So at the end of the day, you have to think wetin be your own interest. So Nigerian people need to build their own interest, build the country, build their own system, their own base that they will rely on, their own food system. Build on it. Wetin President Buhari leave on ground, especially concerning food, build on it. So that you no go and be begging for bread like plain grain. Wetin be that? When God give you land when e be say if you pour water, small seed dey inside go grow. Why should you be begging for bread when dem no swear for you, right? But because we no understand. So the bread and butter is coming in different way. You have institutions, you have medicine. Today we have artificial intelligence, we have so many knowledge you can get. Build your own system, build your own healthcare system, build it so that fortify it so that you will be in your country and get the best treatment. Now that's how you go come dey get mouth. Now that's how you go come dey get mouth. You know, when you don dey get your own system wey you fit fall back on. No be say if they collect wetin you hold, you don't get your own. You never reach now. They will put the carpet for your leg, you go fall yakata. Wetin you fair get? You no get now. All these people where they build car like innocent. How many innocent car that they build? Go for this Germany now, you know, fit see most of their this thing, you go see na Fave the producer, Volkswagen the producer, na government cars, all those things. But go our own, which one they produce? They will buy G-Wagon from where? And one rofo where they never even understand. They think say na to they wear big clothes, they chop big money, all those things. You chop and finish, you send your children come here, they go still see say wetin they be now like this. Now the eye they take they look all of us. So me I dey talk say I know, and again the wahala wey dey for this world, it's not necessarily oyibo and black and white. All those things na wetin they take dey hold people down, you know. If you come for this obodo oyibo now, oyibo people they don't still get, they work. They pay their bill. Do you know how much you have to pay German people? They have to work around the clock. At the end of the month, you know how much? More than half of their salary will go for tax. They pay 50% tax, 40% if you are lucky, like maybe you get family, all those things, tax. And Nigeria, you know, they pay anyone. You never they pay anyone. Then inside that time, after you pay your rent, you pay your electricity bill. Before you pay all those things, you know how much remain again. And you are working, every month you have to be on the road, working under rain or sunshine. No excuse. No excuse. You work. You think that they have it easy? They don't have it easy. All this in a system where they put in place. Everybody is have to get up every day and go and do. And at the minimum that they, you know, but the system where they don't build, they say you can go to the hospital with insurance, you don't have to pay out of pocket, they'll go treat you. That be the system. But we never get them. Government don't try to put that healthcare scheme, but the doctors, they are still inside bread and butter mind. If government put equipment for hospital, they go thief. If government say make they treat people, they no go agree, they go connive, they go want make people go their private clinic, all those kind of a thing. So we never get healthcare system. That's why our nurses and our doctors they come up for Nigeria, go work for another place. If Nigeria institute a system of healthcare, we go they self-reliant, they will need all their professional, because every part of Nigeria is supposed to have a working healthcare system. When it be say nurse, doctor, physiotherapist, everybody go they work on the people, and everybody go they receive their salary. All this in our brain now. They never get the brain to do all those things. That's why the country never progress. Who want do am? Who want do all those things? Person wey dey think about wetin him go thief now, him go put am for him company, him own private hospital, him go come make more money, so him go come go get more money, go holiday, build house, you know, all those things. I want to work because I never understand wetin dey. So people in that condition is very it's like, you know, this when you want to bake, you go mold the dough. So you go dey form am how you want. If you want form am round, you go form am. If you want form am flat, if you want flip am. Na im be our leader. Dem dey do gragra, but dem never really get stand. And Oyibo know, everybody know. That's why we need to use our brain. Exactly. Our interest can be the issue in security in the north that lead to other trouble countries. Yeah, yeah, because that is our interest. That's why we don't need to go and force them to reinstate somebody where they remove, because that one is not a part of our interest. We don't get any deal with that president where they remove. Our interest is peace, relative stability. And we are not going to cause more problem by sending troop to go and reinstate the person that they remove, so that France will have their person back, or what, right? Because not our interest, because that is when they will resist. They say they will resist. And Mali and Burkina Faso, they are giving support. They say they will resist. So why do we want to do? It's against our interest to go and do that. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Applying sanction, I don't know. Intervention, I don't know. Like, hello. Yeah, we know that President Tinubu is the ECOWAS head and he has to act and all those things. That's what I'm still saying. Everything has sense. Now you go use your sense. You no go use all your mouth. You no go use all your body. So that person no go use you, they waka where you no plan. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So my people, I want to appreciate every one of you that is a part of this program. Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to talk around this. So share the video, react to the video, click the like button, love button, laugh, whatever, share the video. Don't forget to support Blessed Dawn with Facebook stars if you have not done that, or to subscribe to my page if you have not done that, or my YouTube channel if you have not done that. I appreciate you guys very much. And yeah, we can always continue this conversation in another form tomorrow or so. And I really hope you have a good night's rest. And I'll see you guys tomorrow by the grace of God. Bye for now. He said they gave him to buy that market. No, we don't need that market to Joe. We don't need we don't need that market. Our interest remains security. France interest is different from our interest, so we have to work towards what is our own interest, and we need relative stability. Maybe they manage and they roger and they go. God will help us. Last.